Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.
Short and simple movie reviews. Hosted by Andy and Yasmin. Answering the question, is this movie for you?
Hello and welcome to Is This Movie For You podcast. It's the podcast that reviews movies simply and asks if the movie is for you. I'm Andy.
I'm Yasmin.
And this time we have reviewed The House.
Very exciting new movie with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler.
Yeah, Amy Poehler.
Yeah, I was unsure about how to say her name.
Yeah, you look at it and it's like, Poehler.
Poehler.
Anyway, so this is The House. We decided to see this one, right? Because you turned around to the other day and said it's going to be a great movie.
Well, I love all Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Step Brothers.
Yes, yeah, and Anchorman.
Anchorman as well, yeah.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, keep rolling them off. Got any more? What about Old School?
Old School.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in Zoolander.
Yes.
Megamind.
Yep. Get Hard.
Yep.
Yep.
He's been in Family Guy a few times.
Oh, yeah, has too. There you go. Now, did you see the trailer before you decided that we'd go along to this movie?
No, we didn't watch the trailer for this one. It was a let's go to the movies and check this one out decision.
Oh, we certainly did. And we headed along to GU Film House here in Adelaide, which was fantastic, as always. So we sat down. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking maybe Step Brothers sort of style, but I believe that nothing can ever beat Step Brothers, right?
Step Brothers is pretty much the ultimate, followed by Talladega Nights.
All right, so give us a bit of an insight into the storyline without giving too much away.
So Will Ferrell plays a character called Scott,
Yep.
and Amy Poehler is his wife.
Sure.
Her name's Kate.
Yep.
They have won a scholarship for their daughter to go to a fancy American college, and the town hall is run by a dodgy businessman, and he decides to take away the funding for her scholarship. So then they're in a bit of a bind. They need to come up with all this money for her college. They don't want her to miss out. They don't want to let the daughter down and let her know the truth.
Yep.
So they approach their friend Frank, who's played by Jason Mantzoukas. He's from Parks and Recreation as well.
Yeah, he's the dude with the beard. And
Yeah,
he's like
he
this
looks homeless.
quirky sort of dude. Yeah, homeless looking dude that's in heaps of movies and TV shows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He played the drug dealer in Dirty Grandpa, and
Oh, yeah.
he's been in quite a few films. Frank's in a bit of a bad position. His wife's left him and that sort of thing. So they're all down and out, need a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yep.
So they decide to make a casino in Frank's house.
Yeah, and we all know get-rich-quick schemes always work, right?
Oh, 100% every time.
So, okay. So without letting too much away, but we've told a bit of the story there. How did you feel watching the movie?
So for me, it started off a bit slow.
Yep.
And I was a bit disappointed. I thought it had a bit of a Netflix quality than like cinema quality.
Yep.
It had that sort of feel to it. You'd be happy to watch it at home.
Yep.
But it didn't feel like a big production movie like how Talladega Nights and Step Brothers and that sort of thing do. Felt more like along the lines of Parks and Recreation.
Which is weird because I've looked up the budget and they spent $40 million on it US. Ugh. Did it pay off?
At the end, I walked out happy.
Yep.
I thought it was good.
Sure.
It definitely peaked at the end.
Yep.
And had my attention for at least the last half of the movie. It was really good.
Yeah, it's actually unusual to see you not on the phone checking out things halfway through a movie if
I
you're
was
not
trying
into
to pay
it.
attention this time.
Yeah, no, you did really well.
And what did you think of it?
Well, Yasmin, I sat there and I do believe that you're correct with the slow start. But I was like, you know what, that usually happens with a Will Ferrell movie. And I remember seeing somewhere that Adam McKay, who Will Ferrell does heaps of stuff with, like directs movies and stuff on Funny or Die, their website that they own. And I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. It was almost like, when there's a line that movies dance on when they're comedy based and they get a bit too slapstick and it's too predictable. The jokes are predictable and they're not well paid off. Like they danced on the line of that. It was still better than that. But it still wasn't Step Brothers.
Yes, yeah.
That sort of quality of the production was good, but the writing. It comes down to the writing, maybe.
And I think mums and dads could sit down and happily watch this movie.
Yeah,
It's got that family feel to it a bit more, whereas...
Well, has it? There's a bit of blood.
There is a bit of blood,
Bit of
definitely.
violence,
Like you
swearing.
wouldn't take your little kids, but I think mums and dads with their teenage kids could happily sit down and, there's not sexual innuendo jokes and that sort of thing, which there kind of is in a lot of the other Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah, for sure. And we bumped into a guy that works at the cinema on the way out, and we're talking to him about it, and he's like a movie nut. He's like one of those professional sort of dudes that knows everything about everyone, directors, producers, and we're telling him like that the perfect scenario for me for that movie is when you're on a plane, you're doing a long flight, say 6-7 hours, you've gone through the whole list of stuff and you're like, there's nothing on here. That's the perfect time to put that movie on. It was easy to watch.
Yeah.
I did laugh. There was a few lulls in it for sure.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. But it still wasn't, the Step Brothers. But I did enjoy myself.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you can make it through the first half, you definitely will enjoy the second half.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get into the bit that everyone wants to know about. Who would you take to the movie?
I don't think it's a first or second date movie.
Okay.
I think you want something a bit more upbeat and exciting for that.
Sure.
I feel that if you're in a long-term relationship, definitely you could go with your partner for it.
Yep.
If you just want an easy movie to watch so that you don't have to think, you're not laughing too hard. You could even go with your mum and dad, like, family outing, that sort of thing.
If your mum and dad you know what? We had some old people sitting next to us and they laughed at a lot of stuff that I was like, oh my dear God.
Yeah, they were, retirement age and they really enjoyed it. And I think the guys up the back were older as well.
Yeah.
I don't think a girl group would love it.
Yeah.
Like your girl squad.
It's no Pitch Perfect.
No, it's no Pitch Perfect. It's no Step Brothers. I probably wouldn't take all the boys to see it.
Yep.
But
I reckon probably your closest mate, and that's probably about it.
Yeah,
which is you.
Of course.
All right, well, let's get down to the rating side of things. How many hot dogs out of 5 are you willing to give The House?
You know what? I left and I turned to you and I said 2.
Yeah, you did. You yelled it out as we're walking out the door. I give that 2 hot dogs.
But thinking about it, I'd probably give it 2.5.
Oh, really?
Strong 2.5.
Yep.
What about you, Andy?
You know what? I'd give it a 3.
You'd give it a 3?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Like I was entertained, and that's all I ask in a movie.
Yeah.
I just asked to be entertained. And I wasn't bored. In the start, there was some slow moments, but I was like, nah, something's going to be building here. Something has to be building.
Come on, Will, bring it home.
Come on, buddy. Where's that funny stuff you just, do on the spot? But yeah, I would give it 3 out of 5 hot dogs.
Yeah, and can I just say that Amy rocked the brunette hair.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she looked really good.
Yeah, she did. Yep. Perfect wife material for Will Ferrell.
Yes.
There you go. All right, if you want to leave your review as well, hit us up on the Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter as well. Hit up Ozcast.com if you want to listen to any other podcasts as well that we have. And we look forward to talking to you very soon.
Bye.
Is This Movie For You podcast is part of the Ozcast Network.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.